Hi, I am Steff Brunelle. Everyone calls me Steff. This is called the Damn Bird. It is actually a statue, and then I go and I bead the statue to what sparks me. He is very well known on the internet, has a following on Facebook. He is a mischievous fellow and is always in trouble, has even been arrested, handcuffed in the back of a Rogersville police car. He has been photographed over at Miss B's begging for pies, up at You Save, trying to convince Robbie, the pharmacist, that he has a cold in his nose. Unfortunately, he could not wait at Miss B's, so he got arrested for snatching a bite of pie and was put in the back of a police car. And he has just come back here today off of house arrest. And he has already been charming the ladies again. This is something that took roughly 6 months to do. He is beaded from the tip of his beak to his tail.
Where's the curve around it? Look at that.
I actually started off doing poetry at a very young age and ended up being published in numerous places and then became a published columnist. And from that I branched into photography, and we just grab whatever happens to spark us. I don't want him jealous, but here's a couple of the bob whites. I say the tall one is my husband and the short one is me. TVA used to have the ponds, and they had quite a few mimosas there, and they were awesome to attract butterflies. So who can take a bad picture of a butterfly? I'd have to say I prefer the skies, because you never know what you're going to get from day to day in a sky. Magnificent. I grew up in the West, and they have absolutely stunning sunsets, but I can't remember any that would compete with some of the Rogersville that we have. We were given an exercise at one point where we were to use a word with different definitions. And being a silly girl that I am, I opted to choose the word stoned. So, my poem is called Stoned, and it goes like this. Jesus stayed the hand that would have stoned Lady Magdalene. And Clinton ruled the states, though he was stoned and off in La La Land. I wonder if he'll land in hell with Satan's burning wrath, while screaming out in agony, I didn't inhale that. The moral of this story, friend, is where our time is spent. It's safer to get stoned with God than stoned with the president. It is meant to be funny, but it is also to carry a message. And in a day where marijuana is so much more accepted, it's not that big a deal to so many people. It was something that just spoke to me, and I liked it. If something sparks you, don't be afraid to follow it. Don't be afraid to try it. You might end up with a scenery, or you might end up with someone's beautiful painting, or some silly little scene that talks to somebody. The most important thing is to let yourself be out there, and don't be afraid to let that happen. It can be a lot of